Welcome back to the show, everybody. What a difference a day makes. Take a look at this. We're at 46 cents right now. I'm going to talk to you about some headlines we're getting ready to get into. Visa embraces crypto and Bitcoin. Wait until you hear how. Bitcoin milestone, but does it matter? Because we're going to really look at something that, may put ice water in your veins. SEC versus Ripple is front-running SEC moves, and the XRP community, John Deaton, is dealing with a denial for his recent motion, but it ain't over till it's over, he says. We'll get into that. And we're going to listen to somebody tell us about an XRP Moonshot coming soon, and Swift go live date November 2021. Let's talk about that. Roll that beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove. And if you haven't done so, please do so. I put a lot of news that doesn't get covered on the show here on the Twitter feed as well. So make sure you do that if you're not on Twitter. 1.7 plus trillion for the cryptocurrency market cap collectively. Yeah, that's doing something. Bitcoin, over $1 trillion of that market cap collectively sits at Bitcoin's doorstep, resting at 55,300 plus right now, courtesy of the XRP or SEC dereliction of duty. XRP is at number 7 right now at 0.4673 cents, and you can see where we are on that. Let's go ahead and get right into the news because we got a lot to cover. So this is from James Rule XRP, and it's a reminder in general about scammers. And for public service announcement really quickly right here, I just want to let everyone know that I don't respond to comments on my YouTube channel. There's so many imposters in the comment section. I have a canned comment in the description box and pinned at the top of the comment section, and I don't respond to comments, generally speaking, underneath of the channel anymore because I have an assistant that works with me reporting the scammers each and every day to YouTube, and YouTube does nothing to help us resolve the issue. So no matter what it is, but we do see some accountability being brought to one hacker, and they will serve 3 years for mass crypto phishing scheme. I hope they were able to retrieve some of the crypto that was stolen. Okay, this is from Savvy XRP. Shout out to you, my friend. BTC may not be the store of value you think it is. Now, this is not to put ice water in your veins, but it did in mine. Listen to this.
The belief is that the supply of Bitcoins is fixed at 21 million, that's all that there can ever be. And in fact, I told you this 5 minutes ago. And this is true if you look at the Bitcoin code and so forth, but the reality is that that code can be changed. The blockchain can be forked if 51% of the people agree to go down a fork. So somebody tonight could say, let's change it from 21 million to 30 million. And if you can get 30% or 50% of the people to follow you in the direction of a different limit, the 21 million would be gone. What this reduces to is essentially mob politics, that anyone...
And that's basically the gist of it. And what he's saying is true. Now, you would need a 51%, movement to make that happen. But it doesn't make it any less true. That's where things are. Now, the question is that we see so many institutions moving in, hedge funds taking a position in Bitcoin. Obviously, I think Bitcoin remains long term, but this is one of the hurdles and concerns. If you are interested in Bitcoin, you should be aware of this, right? So that's that. Now, you should be aware of this too. Bitcoin is now worth more than Visa and Mastercard combined. How about that one? But yet the man just told you it could be really manipulated and changed. There's quite a situation there that something has grown this big and could be susceptible to such an attack like was described in the video. Just full disclosure here. Now, building out in the space, Visa news right here is massive. The Visa CEO, Alfred Kelly, says that his company is set to embrace Bitcoin-related business in earnest. and claims that the partnerships in both the crypto and stablecoin sectors are already in the pipelines. Now, that is major admission right there. It's already in the pipelines. So it goes on in another article to say, and we covered this when CEO Alfred Kelly came out originally, but it's heating up and you could feel it moving to that place. He says, what we're trying to do is two things. One is to enable the purchase of Bitcoin on Visa credentials. And secondly, working with Bitcoin wallets to allow the Bitcoin to be translated into fiat currency and therefore immediately be able to be used at any location that is offered. So, wow, it's coming, folks. You know, whether you can manipulate it or not, it's coming. The question is what will be the framework that comes out collectively between the agencies, the CFTC, SEC, where applicable, and what will that unified framework look like? Because at some point we're going to have it. You know, this whole conversation's been hanging over the digital asset space in XRP for many, many years. But there's going to come a day not too far from now where this conversation will be over. And they're going to put the rules on the field, and you'll either be on the field or off the field, depending on what they put out. So that is something I am looking forward to having. I can make a video and never have to touch on what XRP may or may not be again, and to never have to touch on whether Bitcoin's proof of work will actually survive all of this, which I think it does, but I think you're going to see something about carbon taxes on miners and potentially, sustainable energy movement to be able to continue to work with the proof of work, things of that nature, because we do know that the economy globally and the many governments around the world are working for a green, carbon net neutral world. That's where we're headed. And I don't know how Bitcoin fits into that without moving to a renewable energy source because of the proof of work. Here's more evidence that on the back end, it's taken place, ladies and gentlemen. SAP is also a Ripple partner, and we're looking here at a conversation between payment CEO and Adam Coyle, I believe it is, isn't it? Adam Coyle? Yeah, Adam Coyle. I believe, and he is the CEO of Digital River. When we get into this, it doesn't say XRP or XRP Ledger, full disclosure, but I do want to highlight to you that they're focusing on the back end of payments and being able to resolve them. They go on to talk about down here, cross-border payments help drive businesses forward. So they're recognizing just from a payment sector aspect that we need to get this right. Adam Coyle told Payments Karen Webster that this type of collaborative back-end processing model is lowering the barriers and the trepidation. Often associated with the global expansion and local payments processing, the real evolution we're seeing is the opportunity to act like a local, not just on the corner consumer-facing skin of the transaction, but also in the back end through the local fulfillment and local processing, he said. Now, see, this is important because so many products out here have a consumer-facing skin in the application that you use on your phone that looks very modern, very sleek. But this really goes to like comments we've heard David Schwartz say at times, to where like with Swift, when talking about Swift, and talking about the fact that they have front-facing products that look very good, but when you scratch a layer or two down, you're in 1970s or earlier with the tech that's behind it. So they're recognizing here that the market infrastructure on the back end has got to be in place because it is, in fact, going to be the game changer of where everything is going with payments. So let's keep this moving because we got some Swift news to look at too. And if you have not seen the video I did this morning with Swift and the World Bank eyeing the XRP Ledger, please go watch that video. Okay, now here is BondCrypt XRP, and digital currency trading platform Bakkt has been awarded a BIT license in New York by local regulators, allowing the firm to offer virtual currency trading services to customers in the state. Now, I wanted to show this because shout out to Bakkt for getting the BIT license. Number two, man, have they been quiet. For those new to the space, why does Bakkt matter? Well, Bakkt is owned by the Intercontinental Exchange, which also is the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange. What do you think they might know is coming to the world that they're now playing in the crypto business? Just a thought. Here we see Michael Val 5 links again. The motion was denied because the XRP holders did not file a pre-motion letter, a letter to the judge from the attorney explaining the rationale for the intended application. Now, they do intend to follow this up. This is the case that John Deaton has put forth with the motion and the class action against the SEC. Go John Deaton. It says XRP holders unite forces to file a motion against the SEC for misrepresenting them in the Ripple lawsuit. No doubt about it. And attorney Jeremy Hogan says here, as the motion to intervene is not dead on arrival, the judge basically said John Deaton has to submit a letter first telling her what he is going to file before he files it. It's a local rule, and honestly, not very common. The motion can and will still be filed. So shout out to John Deaton and everything he's doing for the community. You know, John has done an impressive thing already. He has gotten the SEC to contradict itself between their case with John Deaton and everyone on the class action there, as opposed to the case with the SEC and Ripple, really highlighting the fact that the SEC's admission is we don't know what we think the sales of XRP has been, but we're actually taking it to a judge to get legal precedent, which also tells me, we need legal precedent in order to build a framework around it, right? You can't legislate what you haven't defined. And that's a great quote from the one and only macro trader, Dave Valiers. I hope you're doing good, my friend. So here we go. Moving on. This is Ripple is front running on the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit now. We're changing gears a little bit here. Ripple is front running the SEC's anticipation of the motion to strike its key fair notice defense. And just simply, they know that the SEC is trying to strike down that defense because they really are afraid of it, because they know they can't handle it. And the reality here is that, and I had the wrong tab open, excuse me. But the reality here is that they realize that there is trouble with the fair notice for the SEC, and the SEC doesn't want to have to deal with it at all. So they're just sending basically a letter to the judge saying, hey, we know that the SEC is trying to strike this motion, but the reality is that, the Ripple's defense, Ripple stands its ground. And I just want to highlight this one section. I had it highlighted. The page must have closed on me. Ripple once again stressed the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. FinCEN had declared XRP to be a virtual currency back in 2015, and they really just reminding the judge of that as the SEC tries to move for that motion. I want to remind people that on March 10th, and I covered this the other day, and shout out to 3T and the person that sent this to me, I think it was Crypto Dem, but I want to remind people that on March 10th, just 7 days ago, Wyoming, the Senate in Wyoming, had passed the recognizing decentralized autonomous organizations as companies. Now, it has to pass the Wyoming House of Representatives to become law if it's not been changed. However, decentralized autonomous organizations are companies whose governance is built on smart contracts and where decision-making is shared around the organization rather being centralized under a boss or executive. Okay, so it sounds like to me, decentralized autonomous organizations. Could you look at the XRP ledger as that? And we know that they split off and created a nonprofit behind it. I don't know. Could you look at RippleNet as that? These are questions, right? These aren't answers. These are questions. So, but I think they're good questions. Here we're going to take a look at a tweet that was shared by Crypto Bull 2020 of another crypto analyst who really gives a comparable here that I found to be very interesting, and I want to share it with you because he believes we're going to see a moonshot with XRP as soon as we get this lawsuit from the SEC out of the way. Let's take a quick listen right here from Crypto Trading Group.
All right, guys,
shout out to them as well.
I just want to talk about XRP here. Now, I've made videos in the past about why I think XRP is going to moon. It's going to absolutely moon, and a lot of people are sleeping on it, I think, because of this court case, because it has been taken off some exchanges and all that sort of stuff. But I believe that this is when XRP actually moons. And a lot of people are going to miss it because of all the FUD. So what I want to show you here very quickly is Link. Now I've showed this before, but I just want to remind people, when you can see that Link had a choppy sort of action, and then you get this increase in volatility, right? This increase in volatility is very, very important. And from that increase in volatility, this increase in volatility is flushing out the longs before it actually has its real move to the upside. And from there, then prices may never be seen again. Okay, so it's extremely important. And you can see Link here now. Link is up here. Was up here at $35. The Link is probably going to $100. If you have patience on it, for example. And XRP is the same here. This price down here may never be seen again on XRP, and XRP is likely to build pressure here. It's up 18% today. Now you can see 17% there. I'll just flip it over there.
That's the gist of it, and I want to shout out to Crypto Trading Group for that. And they do have a group that you can follow or whatever if you choose to do that. And shout out to Crypto Bull for that. But it gives a pretty interesting comparison there between Link and the activity on the chart itself. We'll have to track it to see what goes on. We do have the lawsuit that is sitting over top of the asset and everything that is happening. So we'll have to see how that indecision actually plays out. Now, real quick, I want to go to my profile very quickly here because I want to pull up something that we had up for the last video, just as a reminder. If you haven't seen the other video, I don't want you to be hit out of left field with it here. It is coming up very quickly. Oh, here you go right here. Swift says they are actually transforming, and it's important to know that they are pushing this narrative now, not us. They are transforming the Swift platform to enable instant frictionless transactions from account to account anywhere in the world. And they give more about it. And there's also a new ad campaign, a 2-minute video that I played in the other video this morning so you could see. But it's interesting because if we went over this a while back, and shout out to Al T and Rob Licker for some stuff he provided in the earlier video. But this is some stuff that we have covered. ISO 20022, Shaping the Future of Cross-Border. Ripple is a part of the ISO 20022 Registration Management Group standards body, and the first member focused on distributed ledger technology. They are to help enable the next step in global interoperability and meet the evolving needs of our customers. Ripple is now part of that body, ISO 20022, which is, in fact, a new global modern de facto payment standard. So that's what we're talking about. Moving here, we had a timeline that we covered months ago from a Swift PDF that cited that go live date for ISO 20022 for cross-border payments, as you can see right here, is scheduled for November 2021. Now, we also see that for Target as well in Europe, and we also see it for the UK here, right? So, the EBA clearing. So this gets very interesting. I love when we can have things that really become like these marks on a calendar, like, hey, did anything come of that? We don't know if it will or it won't, but we do see this, and they've written this down, not us, right? This is from a Swift PDF that we covered months ago, but shout out to Al T for reminding us, right? Reminding all of us of this, and this is really remarkable. So we got to keep our head on a swivel here, folks, and it tells me if, in fact, this date is accurate and they do intend to go live with that, we should see some motion between now and then that needs to happen in order for this to take place. So very interesting stuff going on out here. Before we get out of here, I've told you guys plenty of times about Link 2. I want to tell you about this new one, the product that's on here. It's called Bloomreach. Bloomreach has actually been founded in 2009. They've been around a while. And they're basically a cloud-based software that's designed to increase traffic for people. They use a bunch of insights and measurables to be able to not only increase your traffic to your website, but customize and personalize the experience more and more for each individual customer. And they've obviously been doing well. They have a $900 million market cap. So, or they were valued at $900 million, I should say. So, and obviously Uphold is out here crushing it. The price has been constantly going up because I think people really recognize that Uphold compared comparatively to, Coinbase valuation, knowing they're going to IPO. Kraken's going to be IPOing. Watch out for more of that if you see it. But, I think, people are really getting the feeling that things like this are feeling undervalued. So that's why you're seeing the prices come up. They're scooping it up. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Share with somebody you know and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. They are great products and services with trusted, vetted links. Don't forget it's March Madness. You can still get a .crypto for real estate right now for the first time ever. Make sure you check it out. I'll catch you on the next one.